Hello everyone, my name is Steve. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. I got a request recently for someone asking me how to implement sound into the game that I created here. So it wasn't my own implementation, but rather it was an example I found online on YouTube. So I wanted to kind of show you that this time. Actually, I didn't even open it up here, so I need to get to it. Well, I guess we could start here anyway, but I'll show you the file anyway, just to kind of get you on track here. So this is basically the method I found on YouTube. All you have to do is copy this code in, and it's very simple. It just basically uses this Applet library and accesses everything. This is where everything is stored, right through here, through the file name. And I just have mine being captured here into what's basically a parameter of the method. So I'm using sound whatever here to capture this method here. So I wanted to show you that just to kind of get that started there for you. Okay, so probably one of the first places we'll start then is with player, because that's where I kind of first implemented the sound. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you call it here. If you don't reference it, it'll never see it, so just make sure to reference it. You can just set it to private since we're not going to read outside of here anyway. And call it whatever you want. I just called mine sound. And I'll scroll down here. Here's where I started it. Now I set mine, the reason why I did this one, if music loop, I had to set a Boolean value or true and false, because if you don't, the music will just something happens to it and it keeps screwing up or something. I forget exactly, but the whole point of it is I wanted to be able to loop the music, and I don't think mine was actually working correctly, but you could probably just remove that anyway. I'm sure it'll probably work without it anyway. So, but to show you anyways, these are really the only things you need right here. You only need, once you've implemented the sound, it's going to basically see this as instantiation since you've already implemented it. So this is what actually calls it right here. So if you look at this method, sound equals new sound, and then you got the backslash music slash, mine's using this, this is where my MP3 is being loaded from. I think you can use MIDI files too, but I use MP3s, they're just easier on compression. So anyways, if you go back here to the sound file, or the sound class, sound file, you can actually see where it implements. Right here is what it does. It gets the file name, and then once it has this file name, let me just close some of this stuff here. I'm going to move this over here so I can kind of show you what's going on here. I'll close this one too, I guess. Okay, so right here at check, or I'm sorry, player, there's one more. You can see right here, it's basically calling the file name right here that you implement and just passing this into the parameter. Once it passes in here, we know that that's now called this slash, it's basically picking up that. And then from here, it's just moving it right into this section right here. This get resource is kind of what does it all. And it passes in here, checks for errors, and then basically it does the playing through the threading right here. So that's very simple. That's all you have to really do. Now this one here is currently unused. If I passed it sound 1, it would just implement a bounce 1 wave. I did that just for testing purposes. So that's basically how the sound class works. I'll show you some of the things I did to it. I kind of added my own spin to it, so to speak. This is a check class. I know I didn't explain this one yet, so I'll have to do another demo on that later. But here's one of the first things I've done here. It's like when he runs across a diamond ring, after all this is implemented, blah, 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 we go here to the what's called the game sound effect, and you see this number 3 beside it. So I'm going to copy this real quick and just show you what this is about. You'll see there's another one there for the spider, and right here is the actual constructor or method, or what you want to call it, that's implementing the actual sound that I need. And basically what I did here earlier, you saw that had like a 3, I think it was a 3 beside it. And what it does here is it sets this I, and this I is basically going into the switch, and the switch is basically just going through each one of these and counting them as it receives them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's what this does too. To explain this, these are called enumeration. So this chest one right here, this is going to equal 1. I believe it's 1. The spider sound is going to equal 2. The ring sound is going to be 3, which is the one we saw earlier for game sound effect. And of course we got the coin sound for 4. So it just sets enumerations to pick which one it's going to be. And then I just set a sound string here to name the file. So the file here is called ding, this file is called spider byte, this one's called beep, and this one's called coins. And then down here is where I'm implementing another special boolean here, where I'm basically calling player status, which means basically call player over here, the player class. And then it's going to implement play sound once. We'll go over here and I'll show you what that is. I don't know if I explained that yet, but right here. So this is what it's doing. In this case, this is the jumping routine, which is being done right in the rendering. So when he's jumping, which I explained this in another video, when he's jumping, it's basically going to say only play the sound once. So this right here means the sound did not play once. This represents not, by the way, in front of it. If it says this exclamation mark player sound did not yet play, then we're going to play the wave file for that and make sure it plays once, and then set it to true so that this doesn't play again. Otherwise, it'll keep repeating over and over again. And that's basically all it is. It's very, very simplistic. I've seen a lot of other videos on YouTube where they get into really deep with the sound chip and that, and I mean the sound card, excuse me. And that can be very overwhelming. I spent almost a day and a half one time just studying all the things you could do with sound, and half the time it just didn't work. So I came across this, and this turned out to be currently my best method. But maybe tonight, if I get some people in a Java party, which I'll explain at the end of this video, that we can actually bring together people who really got knowledge, maybe they got good music background, or just really understand how those classes work and those libraries work. So that's basically what it does here. It implements the sound, it pulls in the wave, and it does the jump effect. And it just goes back here to the same thing, going back to my, I'm already here, the check class here. So yes, yeah, it's basically what it does. It passes in the sound string. These are the sound strings, so this is just the name of the file, ding plus wave, spider plus wave, beep plus wave, or basically, for those who really want to know what this is, it's ding.wave, or spider byte.wave, beep.wave, coins.wave. So that's basically all we're doing there, is we're just implementing in those wave files and just calling them through the sound class. So that's all I really wanted to show you in this video. Also to advertise the Java Hangout tonight. I kind of sent it late, so I'm hoping people catch on to this soon enough. I'm going to have a Java party. I'm trying to host it for tonight. All these people are invited. Anybody, Commodore, Atari, C64, or whatever, whoever's watching my channel, you're welcome to come if you want to learn about Java, but we'll be talking about Java stuff, not really C64 stuff. So I hope to see you guys there tonight, and I hope this video was very insightful for you. Please subscribe and like this channel if you do. I appreciate that very much, and thank you for watching.